Alright guys, welcome back to another video in our series of helping learners and new drivers conquer faster roads. As you can see, we're on a beautiful national speed limit road now, though because the car in front isn't doing 60, so there's not much I can do because I have to keep that safe gap. But today we'll be talking mainly about the system of car control, and shout out to Reg Local for inspiring this video. Though like this is readily available information, but you know, still shout out to him. No, because in the first video we talked about why these roads would feel overwhelming, and we went over because it's a new experience and it's something you're not used to. One point I forgot was road width psychology. So you can see in these kind of roads, the bends and how narrow they are, they wouldn't really recommend or encourage you to go that fast compared to like the dual carriageway that we're on in that first video. But yeah, straight to the point, system of car control. So remember, it's I, P, G, S, and A. So once again, I, P, G, S, and A. And that stands for information, position, speed before gearing. Then we talk of acceleration. So information is basically what you see. That's why I was hammering on the point, and any advanced driver tell you like that's why you have to keep scanning the road and you look as far ahead, because not just what's in front, like what's to the side, can anything come. Just you can see I've seen that 40, so I'm already letting off the clutch. I've dropped a gear to help me slow down, and we talk about that in gears. So the whole point of information is because the earlier you can see something, the more time you have to react, and then you wouldn't, because once you have more time to react, you've planned, you know what to do, you'll be able to better navigate that situation compared to if you just saw it at the last minute. So that's more about information. I think these points, like this system, we could go deeper, but I think once we like put out the main points, then you can always go deeper however you like. So the next one is position. So that refers mainly to like your lane discipline. That's on one hand, and even when cornering, you can see as I'm cornering, I'm going a bit off to the left hand side because we're turning right, and that aids with the information, because when I'm more to the left, so when I'm more to the left, I can see more of the road ahead, and in case there's any hazard, I'd be able to spot it much more easily. So that's positioning. And when we're talking about positioning as well, we can also include steering, because that's how you maintain your position. So one thing most learners would do, or most new drivers would do, is that once they get to this, you see them making these adjustments, like Reg Loco will call it 50 pence steering. That can be useful when you're like on a corner and you're trying to be precise, but most of the time you just put the least amount of effort. And one thing that my instructor told me as well was that when it comes to steering, your eyes are actually doing more of the work, because if you just look where you want to go, your hands will follow. Yeah, that's mainly about it for positioning. And one other thing for positioning as well is your gap between, so it's like where you're stationed relative to the road, relative to other cars. You can see how I'm giving a nice gap from that car. That's also positioning, because you can see I can see far ahead. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but I can see that tractor that's just pulled in. I can see the lorry way up. So that really helps with our position. So the next one is speed. Now, your speed should determine your gear, and your speed should be appropriate for any situation that you're coming into. For example, you can see I'm slow. Normally by this point, I would be like double clutching, like heel and toe, but because this is more laid back content, I mean, though we'll talk about that when we get into gears, But you can see how for that roundabout I had to slow my speed down because that's what was appropriate for that situation. And even here I could go so you can see that was very good. Watching, I don't know why, oh yeah, because someone is turning off. So you can see as everyone is slowing down. And even though I didn't do a lot of head movement, but just look, anytime you're slowing down, always look in your rear view mirror. So I think maybe the car might have a problem, but you can see the speed appropriate for this situation. I can't go any faster because the other cars are not going that fast as well, and for corners as well. And I think that's in position, but I think we'll specifically talk about cornering in like another video about how speed relates to that. Then I think also with speed, the acceleration pedal, we can talk about the concept of the deceleration pedal, which is to slow down. Instead of going for the brakes, you get your foot off the gas and engine braking kicks in. And if you're in a higher gear, because I talked about that in one of my videos, is one way to slow down. Though it's not recommended, but if you want to stay slower, you'd actually stay in the high, like a lower gear. I don't know why I confuse them, high and low, but lower. So you go slower in third than you would in fourth. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You wouldn't think so, but most people really overlook that. You can see people turning off. Yeah, I think even right now, I think I'm a bit too close to this car. Though now we're back to 40. So yeah, that's mainly about it for speed. We can dive deeper down, I think, with gears. But one more thing that affects your speed is also your braking. So with cornering and position, I'm just putting like all these points out here, like I still talk about them in more videos. I think in this video we might end up doing an overtake, but things that, because we've got like 3 cars ahead, so it's going to be very hard. I think I see why people went through that other road. It's a 40 road anyway, so don't brake whilst you're going through a corner. Then gears, so the whole thing with gears is just being safe. Oh, sorry, what? So I was in there. So when we talk about gears, it's being smooth with the gears, with the changes. So obviously you've probably seen me like, I wouldn't be this smooth but that was just for that situation. So if I'm in a more spirited drive, you see me, I'll do it like that. I do it like that. But most times when shifting, you go to neutral, then fifth. It just puts less strain on your gearbox, but it's how you want to do it. As far as you're just getting in gear and you remain safe, that's about it. Then also with gears, another thing is matching your revs. So I'm not going to expect like a new driver to be doing a rev match. And if you just watched, because we came to a hill, I had to drop a gear just to make sure I'm still in that optimum rev range or the right power band, however you'd say it. That's another way. So it goes hand in hand with speed, the right gear for the situation. At times you might be too high, at times you might be too low, but with time you definitely get the hang of it. And you can see when I dropped a gear there, I blipped the throttle. So sadly I don't have a foot cam, but once you're changing gear, just add a bit of gas. It helps synchronize the gearbox to the current speed, and it's just much easier. You can see I don't think the camera will pick it up, but if I didn't do that, you'd see this heavy jerk. Now come like this strong vibration that's like forcing the components, the gears, to match the speed rather than to the road, or to the road or the speed that you're going, rather than doing it from blipping the throttle. So yeah, it's called rev matching. There's also heel and toe, but I don't think I'm doing that at this speed really. But yeah, and the last is acceleration. Acceleration, that's you coming out of a corner. I think one thing with acceleration is you don't do that when you're still mid-corner. You can do it like with left foot braking and all of that, but that's I think pretty advanced. So all you do, just wait till you actually come out of the corner before you begin to accelerate. And also with acceleration, we talk about the deceleration pedal as well. That's not every time you'd be using the pedal to accelerate, you can also decelerate. I think I might be wrong on this point of acceleration, but that's the main thing, which is that you shouldn't be accelerating fully through a corner, like flooring it through a corner. Wait till you're just getting out before you do that. And that's the same way you don't brake whilst you're cornering, because that's where you can lose control, except you're doing like left foot braking and all of that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I know we probably have some more experts that have a lot to say, like, oh, you missed this, you missed that. But you know, I think it's one that I should have also said, I am no like certified instructor like I am Rospa, just some guy on the internet in a Ford Focus just trying to help. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'm wishing you a very lovely day, and I'll catch you in the next video.